Hi and welcome along to AFTV Transfer Daily, the show that keeps you up to date with players that have been linked with a summer transfer move to Arsenal. Would you believe, right, there's only 1 month left now because we've entered into the 1st of August, 1 month to go until the transfer window closes. And I'm glad to say that this has been a good window so far for Arsenal. They've got their main targets in early, and it's not going to be something that we've seen over seasons gone by where there's this massive rush around on deadline day and stuff like that, getting like 3-4 signings in. That's not going to happen, but there still could be signings in before the end of that transfer window. You know what I mean? There's a lot of deals to be done. There's players to come in. There's players also that are going to leave Arsenal. And Arsenal, of course, today releasing their brand new third kit. What name is going to be back on the back of that? What new name could be on the back of that kit? Who knows before now and the end of the season, because Arsenal have sprung a few surprises in this transfer window. One of them has been the link to David Raya. I spoke about it yesterday. Raya, goalkeeper, of course, for Brentford. Didn't look like Arsenal were interested in bringing in any goalkeepers at all. Of course, we've got Aaron Ramsdale, Matt Turner. We seem to be pretty content on that. And then the news emerged that Arsenal wanted David Raya, are interested in him, and have made an inquiry to Brentford. Now, Brentford have said in the past to want £40 million, hence why Tottenham didn't go in for Raya, why Bayern Munich changed their mind on Raya. A host of clubs who were interested in Raya backed out of it because they just said £40 million for a player that's got 1 year left on his contract. Absolutely no chance. But could something get done on this one? It's emerging now that Brentford would accept around about £30 million for David Raya. Arsenal is said to be willing to pay around about £15 million, which that seems sensible. As I said, 1 year left on his contract. So it seems to be one of those things where if a deal does happen, there's going to be a bit of middle ground. And of course, you can throw into the fact that you've got Matt Turner, who's the current number 2, who's been heavily linked with a move to Nottingham Forest. And if Nottingham Forest were to get him, probably they'd be paying around the £15 million mark for him. So it does kind of possibly make sense if Arsenal get this deal for David Raya done. It's also emerged today that Arsenal are interested in another goalkeeper. If the David Raya one doesn't come through, they're looking at Robert Sanchez from Brighton. Now, again, another very talented Spanish goalkeeper. He's not in favour at all at Brighton. He's really fallen out with the manager there. He's definitely going to be moving on somewhere this summer. But where will he be headed? Now, 90 Mins, the publication, they claim that Arsenal are interested in bringing in the Brighton goalkeeper if they're not able to get David Raya. He's said to be a big option for them. He has been the #1 target of Chelsea. Chelsea have been chasing him throughout the transfer window. They're looking for somebody who's going to really give competition to Kepa. Of course, they let Mendy go. He's gone to Saudi Arabia. So he's said to be their #1 target, Robert Sanchez. But Arsenal, hovering around now, may make a move for him. He's valued at around about £22 million. We know Brighton always try and get the top dollar. So let's see how that one develops out. If Raya doesn't come through, it could possibly be Robert Sanchez, another goalkeeper in a similar mold, really, really good with a ball at his feet, and a really decent keeper indeed. So let's see how this whole goalkeeper domino effect works out, because it's come out of the blue. So is this next one. Djibril Sow has been linked with a move to Arsenal. The 26-year-old Swiss player who plays for Eintracht Frankfurt. He's a midfielder, sort of plays in central defensive midfield, can play a little bit further forward as well. Now, Calcio Mercato, the publication, they claim that Arsenal are willing to hijack a move that he's supposed to be making, which was going to take him to Lazio. There's said to have been a deal of around about 15 million euros that was agreed between Eintracht Frankfurt, his current club, and Lazio. But it's said that the player now is having second thoughts on it. It's all uncertain. He's also been linked with a move as well to Sevilla. Sevilla said to be a club that's interested. And Calcio Mercato claiming that Arsenal have now come into the fray and are considering a move for Djibril Sow of Eintracht Frankfurt. So again, one out of the blue, but let's see how that one works out. We know Arsenal actively looking at midfield players. There's been the several links, the link to Bitello. Who knows? Let's see again how this one pans out. Again, it's kind of come out of the blue. And they've also been linked with another player who plays for Eintracht Frankfurt, and that's Jesper Lindstrom. Now, we've been linked with him previously in the transfer window, a really talented player, Denmark international, still only 23, plays predominantly as an attacking midfielder. Now, according to a Danish publication called Extra Bladet, they're saying that Arsenal are keeping very close tabs on the talented midfielder. They're one of a host of clubs across the Premier League, across European football that are really interested in this guy. He is a very, very good player. Frankfurt as well value him with, very highly and would want a lot of money for him. Said to want around about 35 to 40 million pounds for him. As I said, he was linked earlier on in the transfer window to Arsenal. Again, though, despite these links, we brought in Havertz, who's more or less going to be playing in a similar sort of position. Smith Rowe staying on at the club. I don't know. I don't know. I mean, I know that Mikel Arteta's philosophy is if there's talented players out there, he will bring them in. And as was been proved with the David Raya link, he will go after quality if that quality is available. But Lindstrom would be expensive. I don't know. I think we're stacked in that area already. But again, who knows with Mikel Arteta? We'll have to wait and see. Austin Trusty, of course, centre-back who plays for Arsenal, figured a couple of times on the US tour. He's, of course, a USA player. And he has been linked with a move away from Arsenal this summer. Now, remember, he had a loan move. We bought him in for around about £5 million. He had a loan move where he went to Birmingham City last year, and he was excellent. He got their player of the season and really, really played well. Now, he's been linked today with a move to Sheffield United. Sheffield United, of course, newly promoted. They'll know all about Trusty. They would have seen him in the Championship and see how well he played. He is a very good player. I've been quite impressed with Austin Trusty. The only thing about him is that he's a bit unlucky in that the position that he's in, there's Saliba, there's now, Jurriën Timber that's come in, Rob Holding's still there. It really is difficult for him to break through into the first team. Seen some rumours that Arsenal might be willing to sell him for around about £5 million. Now, that seems like a ridiculously small amount of money if that was the case. There's also been talk of a season-long loan to Sheffield United. That might make more sense. I definitely think there's a talented player in there, and we should not be letting him go for £5 million. I mean, he's valued at around about 10 million currently. And when you see the price of what some of these players are going for around European football right now, giving him away for that sort of money would be ridiculous in my view. So, but Austin Trusty, I do think he's going to be moving this summer. It's just whether it's going to be a loan. And if he moves to another Premier League team on loan, like a Sheffield United, I think that would only be good for his development. So let's see how that develops out, although could be sold permanently, as I said. What about Albert Sambi Lokonga? Has been linked with a move away all summer, didn't go on the US tour, won't figure, I think, in the friendly that's played tomorrow against Monaco. He's currently in talks with Burnley, along with Arsenal, over a season-long loan. It makes sense. You know what I mean? He's definitely a player that needs game time. Again, if he's playing for a team like Burnley, they're going to be playing in the Premier League. He'll be playing under Vincent Kompany, who he was played under at Anderlecht. And remember, Vincent Kompany famously said he's the new Yaya Toure. Well, Vincent, get that out of him because we haven't seen that yet. So he could go on a season-long loan. So let's see what happens with Lokonga. But he looks like he could be heading to Burnley. And following Balogun, another player that's been linked all window with a move away. Inter Milan, who is said to be the favourites to sign him, have stopped talks to sign him. That was broke by Fabrizio Romano yesterday, that they stopped talks with Arsenal, saying that he's too expensive. Inter Milan, they put in a bid of around about £25 million with £5 million in add-ons. That was derisory when you see the sort of money that strikers are going for. They've turned their attentions to Gianluca Scamacca of West Ham, Italian international, of course. Apparently, they put in a bid for about 25 million for him, or that's been turned down as well. I don't know where they think they're going to get players for this cheap, when it's a striker. But Balogun, that deal has been turned on. Could he end up staying at Arsenal? If that deal turned down, sorry. Could he end up staying at Arsenal after all? Or could it be another Premier League team that takes him? We know that Crystal Palace have also been very, very interested in him. Could it be another loan? I know he doesn't want a loan, but could it be another loan? Again, Arsenal want the right money for Balogun. And as I said the other day, if you see Rasmus Højlund going from Atalanta, who scored 9 goals last season for £72 million, why should Arsenal be giving away Balogun, who scored 21 goals last season, is of a similar age, for 30 million? It would be absolutely ridiculous. So anyway, let's wait and see. There's, as I said, a lot of outgoings, a lot of incomings. 1 month to go of the transfer window, and we will keep you up to date with everything that happens here on AFTV. Also, don't forget to check out the kit launch. I'll be giving you a review of that brand new kit, so look out for that today. And of course, on Saturday, doing a special event in the metaverse. It's Oleksandr Zinchenko. He's doing his game for Ukraine. We're trying to raise money to rebuild a school that was destroyed in the war. I'll be doing a special commentary in the metaverse on that game. I'm going to give you more details of that as the week rumbles on. It's going to be a really, really cool event, and you'll be able to watch the game where there's lots of ex-Arsenal players playing on that by coming through on the link. So look out for that. I'll give you more details of that tomorrow. Thanks for watching the show, and I'll see you tomorrow. Shop for AFTV merch at shop.aftv.co.uk. Subscribe to us on YouTube. Follow us on Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, TikTok, Snapchat, and Twitch. We've got content for every platform, so check it out.